Top of the morning, good people. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. The weekend is over. The Labor Day weekend is over. The holiday weekend is over. And honestly speaking, being out here today, the summer holidays are over. Everything is back to normal. Wow. Traffic is at its highest. Kids are outside waiting at the bus stop to go to school. That's how you know summer is officially done. Summer is over. And I'm telling you, man, really and truly, boy, time is waiting for no man, because it seemed like just yesterday these kids were going on summer vacation. And here they are now, all of them back to school. I'm wishing all them kids a very, very happy, successful school year this year. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree, Bob. I'm hoping everybody out there had themselves a blessed weekend. My weekend was pretty good. Nice, chilled, and relaxed. Had the opportunity to get some work, extra work done. But overall, the weekend was a success. Now, today's the day I'm going to talk about the WNBA. I personally believe that people need to tune into this. People need to get on board with this. It's a very, very good product. And I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to have some negative stuff to say about what I'm about to say right now. But I'm going to say it anyways. The overall game. Understand what I'm saying. The overall game. The overall quality of the WNBA. In my personal opinion, is a better overall product than the NBA. Yeah, I said it, and I feel no way about it. Don't get me wrong. I love my NBA, but the way the game is played in the WNBA, the way they run it, the way they try to set up offensive schemes, the way they set screens, the way they roll off of screens, the way they play the game, the way the basketball game is supposed to be played. As far as I'm concerned, Soham, hey, what's up? How you doing, sir? Or ma'am, sorry. The way in which I particularly see it, the overall product of the WNBA is better than the NBA. Now, skill-wise, obviously, as far as I'm concerned, the skills are much better individually in the NBA, yes. But the team concept of the way the game is supposed to be played, what am I talking about? Right now, I'm talking about the WNBA and the NBA. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to really experience either one or both. This year's my first year that I'm actually supporting the WNBA, and I'm very impressed with the product I'm seeing on the floor. Okay, I was in a conversation yesterday where we were talking about Caitlin Clark, and it's unfortunate that Caitlin Clark gets such a raw deal from people thinking that she's not a nice person. She complains, she whines a lot. You guys have it all wrong. When she's on the court, she might be complaining to the referees about certain things or whatever the case may be. When she's on the court, she's giving back as much trash talk as she's getting. And the one thing Caitlin Clark has never done, she's never come out in the media and complained about the fact of the matter that she feels she's being treated unjust. So there's no main reason why Caitlin Clark needs to get a raw deal. I was an individual at the beginning of the season. I was all about saying Angel Reese for MVP. Why? Because she's a walking double-double. With the way Caitlin Clark is playing in the second half of the season, I'm very, very close to retracting that entire statement. I'm very, very close to letting people know that I believe Caitlin Clark deserves to be Rookie of the Year. Based on this, the simple fact of the matter that she's playing for the Indiana Fever, where I did not know about that, but they were allegedly, apparently, in last place last season. They were the worst team last season. The worst team. And that's the reason why Caitlin Clark is playing for them, which makes a lot of sense. She got drafted #1 overall. It's usually the worst team that gets a chance to pick the very first pick. In 1 year, look at the difference that she's making with that squad. They're on the verge of making the playoffs. Yeah, that's MVP quality as far as I'm concerned. That is MVP quality as far as I'm concerned. And even though I don't like to listen to my nephew very often, he brought up a very good point. Breanna Stewart, listen to me, my friend. You know what you're talking about, Soham. Breanna Stewart, I knew nothing about that girl before this season. That girl is a flat-out baller. Flat-out baller. Breanna Stewart, I'm telling you, yo, honestly speaking, in the WNBA, I would have to say my favorite player in the WNBA right now is Asia Wilson, I believe her name is. But Breanna Stewart, wow. The reason why I'm so surprised with Breanna Stewart is because of this. Because, as I told everybody out there, this is my first year following the WNBA. So the very first game I got to watch New York Liberty, you see Breanna Stewart walking on the court, and the first thing I said to myself is, yo, who's this goofy girl? She made me eat every single one of my words. So yes, you have a very good, solid player there that you have as your favorite player, my friend, because she's slowly becoming one of my favorite players in the WNBA. There's a few of them that I'm very impressed with. I'm not very familiar with the names, but I do kind of know the teams that they play for. Like the Chinese young lady that's playing for if I'm not mistaken, I think she's playing for Vegas. I became a fan favorite of hers in the Olympics. I just don't understand why it is that the same type of game that she played in the Olympics doesn't transition to the WNBA. Because in the Olympics, she was one of the stars. She was unstoppable. But for some strange reason, now that she's in the WNBA playing with other people of, I guess, equal talent, she doesn't shine as much. And that's the part I can't fully understand. Soham, I'm going to be very honest with you. Jewel Lloyd, I'm not sure exactly who it is. I'm still getting familiar with the game. You would have to probably tell me what team she plays for. Maybe I might know her like that, because I still don't know a lot of the names. But if you're somebody that knows about Breanna Stewart and you're saying that she's your favorite player, I'm going to take your word and say Jewel Lloyd is a good player also. I really will. Does she play for the New York Liberty? I'm not sure. I'm still trying to remember the young lady that played in the All-Star game. She wasn't part of the team that they sent to the Olympics. She was the WNBA roster, an African young lady that just totally torched them. I still can't even remember her name. I'm still trying to find out her name and the team that she plays for. So if there's anybody out there that knows, please educate me, because I'm looking out for her right now. The young lady that played in the All-Star game for the WNBA team, I believe she's African, and she was the one that was torching them. They could not stop her. Please, somebody out there, if you know her name, let me know her name and let me know the team that she plays for, because I want to start watching her also. But I want you guys to let me know, what do you guys think about who do you think is going to win Rookie of the Year? My current favorite men's player in the NBA? Current favorite. You know, I'll be honest with you. I was starting to really appreciate the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, and you asked me about his game. Okay, if we're talking about games, I would have to say Anthony Edwards, I really love his game. Honestly speaking, in terms of games. His attitude's starting to irritate me a little bit right now, unfortunately. He's starting to think that he knows everything. He's starting to let his mouth run off a little bit. His immaturity started to show. So I'm not one that's going to crucify him because of the fact of the matter that he's a young man that does not know better right now. So yes, I'm leading a little bit towards him in terms of his game. For the young stars. For the ones that have been around for a good period of time, well, Steph Curry. I'm really not a LeBron James fan. I'm sorry. I mean, don't get me wrong. I respect everything that he's accomplished. I think that he's just a little bit overhyped. And he's not as good as the media pushes him out there to be, in my humble opinion. But I know, like I said, my opinion is not expressed by a lot of people, because to a lot of people, LeBron James is a GOAT, is a god. So, like I said, I just based it on my own personal opinion. I tell people every single day, I come from the era of the Michael Jordans of the world. So for me, I kind of had the opportunity to watch a process. I watch greatness develop right before my very eyes. So it's not an easy title for me to just give to anybody. Now, if we want to talk about great in their era, you can't, numbers don't lie. So yes, LeBron James does offer some greatness in this particular era. Exactly. You're absolutely correct. Everybody. But the only problem is that for some strange reason, when you offer an opinion, especially when you're talking about LeBron James, and it's not to the majority of people's liking, they come after you. They come after you. They make it seem like you have no idea what you're talking about, like you're the stupidest man in the room. So that's why I try my best to, every single time I come up here, I try my best to let people know. Doug Nutt 445. You're absolutely correct, my friend. In our opinions, you're absolutely. I share the same opinion. And the point I really try to get across to everybody is this: I grew up with my fathers and my brothers telling me that the most dangerous man in a room is a man that doesn't have a lot to say. Now, how long has it been since MJ is retired? I like that one, Doug Nutt. I love that one. There are two opinions on that. The correct opinion and the wrong one. Okay. I like that. I appreciate that. You're And you know what? I'm going to exercise on the fact of the matter that you and I share the correct one. And we'll just leave it at that. Yes. I'm a firm believer that, how long has it been since MJ's retired? Like, I mean, I lost track of it, but I'm almost positive it's what, in the double digits now? He ran the 90s, he came back, he played a little bit or whatever the case may be, but have you noticed, when it comes to the debate talk about the GOAT and all that kind of stuff, it's us out here that are speaking about MJ's greatness. It's us out here that are talking about how great. Michael Jordan has never done an interview to try and let people know how great he was. I can't even tell you the last time I've seen a microphone in Michael Jordan's face. But yet still, we walk around hearing LeBron James crown himself. We walk around here hearing out of his own mouth him referring to himself as the GOAT. Now, whatever happened to the play speaking for itself? Why would he have to be the one to come out of his mouth and let people know how great he is? Shouldn't we be, what? Shouldn't our eye test be able to tell us that for ourselves? It worked with Michael Jordan, didn't it? Michael Jordan was an individual back when he was playing. He referred to the greats before him, such as the Bill Russells. He referred to greatness before him. He acknowledged the Larry Birds and the Magic Johnsons because they were the men in the league when he came into the league. Why would one man want to work so hard to try and destroy another man's legacy? If you are as great as everybody says you are. Your play alone will do that, no? Michael Jordan never told anybody about how great he was. His play alone spoke for it. And because of his play, that made individuals such as us doing the eye test compare his greatness to the greats before. Isn't that how it's supposed to work? Or are we supposed to be brainwashed to greatness now? Is that what society is all about right now? We brainwash people to think what greatness is all